knocks knocking, but I just stay home. I ain't picking no flowers from the season out soon. They say it gets darker when you're coming on door. Still looking for the ride at the end of my road. At the end of my road, I need some good news. Sitting there sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil will walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Try to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. It's a little good news. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through. That the devil wouldn't walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely.
Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're in Power Field, Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And off we go from Denver. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
Cool.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Pierce. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackle made by Chris Abrams-Drain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Cooper going in motion right. Right back it goes to Pierce. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Cooper going in motion right. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Det blev smällarna.
Kind of call right there, Kate. It shouldn't be the third down surprise. It used to be 5, 10, 15 years ago. So common in teams' playbooks league-wide. But boy, is it tough to defend. And that's why they love breaking it out to reset those chains.
From the gun, here's Pierce. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
All right.
Shotgun now, first round. This will be caught by Cooper. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That
Значит,
play
тут
good
все
for
есть. Что-то
17
душ
and a first down.
меш,
Good
что ли?
offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on the
Что
route
такое?
in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go
Поиграть?
to work after.
Попозже поиграем. Попозже поиграем, не переживай.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
All right.
They'll go right back to Pierce. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go. Hey, uno. 11.
From the gun, Stroud. He's got this complete to Dameon Pierce. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. This is Pierce. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
The loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Pierce up the middle. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about real power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Everly's kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Play action with Nix. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Go.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. In motion right is Mims. On second down, a run with Williams. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Christian Harris on the stop. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That's into the hands of Franklin. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap to Nix. Connects with his back, Jaleel McLaughlin. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage.
That defense, it'll give up that completion every time. They don't just like it, they love it. Because it creates a fun little race between everybody coming downhill to go make that tackle, or in this case, run him right out of bounds.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Let's go now. Trap 60, trap 60.
Nix from the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 13 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Look the hot, look the hot.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's got Pierce. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it sets up a Houston first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
Why, Tony? Hey, uno more. Hey, south. Good.
Throwing is Stroud. Finding Collins. He's got a gain of 6 there. Tackled there by Jerome Baker.
As any quarterback will tell you over the course of their career, it's not easy to deliver an accurate throw as you're about to get smacked.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
All right.
Running back sent in motion. From the 23, into the hands of Schultz. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go.
Tight end gets it running forward. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. Just short on 3rd down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on 4th?
I know they had bigger visions when they called that play. This is one of those spots, Kate, where when a defense is dialed in, especially in the red zone, it's very tough to surprise them with anything.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Back to throw. Stroud. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
All right.
On the carry, it's Pierce. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
All right.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Texans pushing for points. Second and 6 coming up here. Handoff running right, Pierce. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
All right.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Here's Stroud now. Catch is made in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
All right.
Handoff headed left. Pierce. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Ready.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Give now to the running back. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, set.
Nix. He'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Christian Harris on the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Set, go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. Looks like no gain on second down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Go.
Nix looking to throw. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First and 10 from the 41. Second half starts with a run by Williams. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Come on, set.
From the 48. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now Nix. Finds Mims. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down by Julian Blackman. Second down now, 7 to go.
Let's go.
Straight ahead with Williams. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. All right, here we go. Second down. Here's Nix to throw. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off. And he doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Nix now to throw. He lets one fly deep down, and this is intercepted. Christian Harris picks it off. And the Texans have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie, heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially where one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
Slot man in motion left. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That's Baron Browning who makes the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Yeah, it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Look the high.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Collins there to grab it. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They'll run here with Pierce. And that carry gets him up to the 44 on a solid gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here's 2nd and 5. Schultz with the catch. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's the give to Pierce. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run. It's Pierce. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Markers reset. Ball at the 37.
On the quick, right?
After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. Just a field goal aside so far as we enter the final quarter of play.
Here we go, let's go.
Markers reset. Ball at the 37. First down, and they go right back to it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
To the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Nike Texas. Hey, uno. 11.
From the gun, Stroud gets this one to Pierce. And they bring him down around the 34.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
And the Broncos are in the nickel for this 3rd down.
Look the hot. Why, Tony.
On play action, here's Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. And after the play, they call for a stoppage pretty quickly here. Somebody injured down there, and it's their tight end, Dalton Schultz, in some discomfort. Offense set for a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Running this one left. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Hey, uno more. Hey, south.
They kick the running back in motion. He's got the hook up to Cooper. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more. Here we go.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. Third down coming up. From the gun, here's Pierce. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a fourth down.
And his kick is blocked.
This is one of the big momentum swings in this game, Kate. You could just feel it. You go block a kick. These next few plays are so important. How do you go out and build on that huge swing while your opponent's on their heels?
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Set go.
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Here we go. Here we go.
Slot man in motion right.
Go.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Ready, ready.
They motion the tight end over. Nicks off the play action. Able to get it to Franklin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
Ready up. Here we go. Set. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready.
Out of the gun, it's Nicks. Has him on the quick hitter. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the gain, but boy, Brock, what a shot.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Running right, it's Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Go.
Looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more, or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
So on 4th down, outruns J.K. Scott to send it skyward. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning.
All right.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. Short pass brought in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Texans pushing to get within range for a game winner. First down, ball at the 36.
All right. Hey, uno. 11.
Setting up to pass. Dump off caught by his back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Learn to hide. Why, Tony? Hey, Uno Mars.
Here he is to throw. He's got Pierce. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
South.
Running back sent in motion. Taken in by Pierce. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. Back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. Shotgun handoff to Pierce. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. So now it's all up to Kaimi Fairbairn. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. The kick is good. He got it. And when it mattered most, he got it. No miss this time. He wins this game. So the Texans come away with a road win. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Denver.
Passport stamp, let's do the money dance. Back in, call your friend, now we in friends. International man, tats on my hand. Take a trip with a pilot, I tell you when we land. You know I'm down with the whales, I be by the sand. Sun, yeah, it's blowing in the wind. What you doing? We kung fu and I beat it up. They never heard me on the beat when it's speeded up. 100 racks on the plate, she gon' eat it up. Yeah, I'm all in, like all night. Throw the racks up, make it fall right. And if you take a shot, make sure you hold the ball right. 1-800, yeah, bad, my type. My type, yeah, it's my type. I love the way that she put it all on me. The best things don't come for free. 100 racks, she be dancing. 100 racks, she should take chances. 100 racks, she's in this bed. 100 racks, she got this all night. All night. All night. You can tell when it's Tokyo, it's all heat. Don't ride in the back, jump in the front seat. By the end of the night, she gon' love me. She don't even know me, she wanna hug me. It's a vision, little baby, I'm moving cozy. Most solid in the game, he can't fold me. How you do it, it's so fluid, let's get to it. If you want something, gotta commit to it. This is something that jam to and sip to it. I can show you how to do it, take you right to it. Made of whales in it, got a twist to it. This ain't Big Sean, but I'm making good music. How you keep rhyming, man, I'm used to it. You should be too, I like it see-through. And if we dancing on the floor, I'ma need you. And if we dancing on the floor, I'ma need you. 100 racks, she be dancing. 100 racks, she should take chances. 100 racks, she's in this bed. 100 racks, she get this all night. All night. All night. 100 racks, she be dancing. 100 racks, she should take chances. 100 racks, she's in this bed. 100 racks, she get this all night. All night.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels got changed to your mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up. Didn't wanna know then, now I bet they loving us no more. No R&R's, the bar is raised. If you know me, now I can bar for days. Nothing left to prove, cause I've done enough, lights out, still gonna keep the torch. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more?